What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of the FIFA 17 career mode. This is episode number 41, and we start today's episode off with our Europa League round of 16 first leg match here as we welcome Villarreal to the Riverside Stadium. And quickly, guys, I do want to say real briefly, as this is Saturday morning for you, I'm going to give you the chance once again for another double episode upload day. Get this video to 1,500 likes and I'll upload the next episode after the final Premier League fixture later on tonight. So there is your challenge once again, 1,500 likes and you'll get another double episode upload day. So far, every time I've asked you guys to hit the like target, you guys have smashed it. So let's do it again and let's have 2 episodes of career mode today. But still, the first game of today's episode is indeed against Villarreal here, coming on the back of our 1-0 defeat to Newcastle in the last game, in the last episode. A very disappointing defeat away against our rivals. So looking to bounce back with a win here in the Europa League. Of course, right now we're going for the Europa League and the Premier League as well after being knocked out of the FA Cup by the Saints 2 episodes ago. The first chance fell to Villarreal, but Donnarumma made the save. However, in the 22nd minute here, Tammy Abraham was played forward and should have made it 1-0 for us, but Sergio Asenjo made a very good save on a 1-on-1 and turned the strike behind for a corner. But it was still 0-0, but we were pressing in this game, looking for the first goal of the game. And once again, when Abraham was played forward here, he went through the shoot, went for the same corner, but this time a different result, as this time he beats the goalkeeper and makes it 1-0 to the Borough. Tammy Abraham with the goal, and I started him in this game because in the last one against Newcastle, I tried Wilson and Vieta up top together. They couldn't score, we couldn't score at all. Vieta missed a hatful of chances. I thought I'll drop Luciano to the bench, give Tammy Abraham a start, see what he can do, and what a decision to start the young English striker. A good little ball through by Onoma, who's been fantastic in recent weeks, and there is Tammy Abraham taking it around the last defender, picking his spot, and finding the back of the net for his second goal in the Europa League. So Middlesbrough 1, Villarreal 0. Not the most action-packed of first halves, but there were a couple of chances for either side. But in the second half here, not much really went on at all, and with 5 minutes to go in the game, we were still leading by 1. Desperate to hang on to our clean sheet, shut Villarreal out, and stop them from getting that away goal. But we were on the counter-attack here after Donnarumma played the ball down the left-hand side. Eventually, De Sciglio, our Italian fullback, was released here. He kept hold of the ball and found Callum Clutch Wilson. De Sciglio continued his run from defence to attack, played it through towards Tammy Abraham, who scores his second goal of the game and makes it Middlesbrough 2, Villarreal 0, as he runs to celebrate with the substitutes. What a decision to start the boy up top in this game. I thought, you know what, last game, Wilson and Vieto couldn't score. Berahino this season has been, quite consistent for the most part, but every now and then he does trouble me a little bit and makes me think he won't be as good as a striker as I first thought when we bought him. But Tammy Abraham, whenever he's on the pitch, he does pretty well. So I gave him the start in this game, gave him the nod, and what a way to repay my faith. A 2-0 win for the Borough, and both goals being scored by Tammy, I was going to say Tammy the Brace Abraham. Can't really call him Tammy the Brace Abraham, can I? But he did get a brace, and we win the game by 2-0. So delighted with that. And again, the decision to start him was just so, like, going into the game, there seemed like there was no reason for me to make that kind of gamble. Surely stick with Berahino, so many goals in the league this season, Vieto, our top scorer, even Callum Clutch Wilson, he's been scoring quite a lot in the Europa League this season, but to start Abraham, what a decision that was, and I'm so pleased he did indeed repay my faith. So 2-0 the final score, and a big result in the first leg of the Europa League round of 16 tie as well, because going to Spain now, if we score just once, that will mean they'll have to score 4 goals on the night, which I don't think they'll be able to do. So a big result for us, a big clean sheet, and a big win for the Borough. So following the game, as you can see, how about this as well? Some more big news. England gave me the job offer. Yes, how about this? England give me the job offer for the first time in this series. If you're a long-term viewer, you'll know why that's funny. I always wanted the England job for so long, and they never come in for me, ever, until FIFA 15 when they finally did. Now I seem to get offered it every single series. They realise I'm good enough for it now, but I still decided to turn it down because the truth of the matter is, right now we're focusing all our attention on Middlesbrough, and I don't want to break that up. I don't want to break up this kind of dynamic, this story, where we're taking Middlesbrough from, an okay side to a really good one. I don't want to add something else into the mix. I don't think I can focus all my time on club and country. Sounds like a good name for a series, that one. I don't think I could focus all my time on club and country, so I'd rather just forget about managing a nation in this series. And I know I did discuss it, a few episodes ago and quite a while ago too, about what nation I'd end up taking. I think in this series, I might just not manage any nation whatsoever, as I'm not really interested in any of the offers that have come my way so far. Still, for the second game of today's episode here, we would once again take on Villarreal for the second leg of our Europa League round of 16 tie. So a Villarreal doubleheader to start today's episode off here as we travel to Spain. Of course, coming into the game on the back of that 2-0 2-0 win at the Riverside Stadium. Really fancying our chances of progressing. We just need to shut Villarreal in this game and we'd be going through or score a goal, and then they need to score 4. Well, they did score 1 5 minutes after the restart in the first half where they'd done basically nothing. Alexandre Pato, remember him? Of course you do, the Brazilian striker. Everyone knows who Pato is, with a really nice goal from just outside the area. Donnarumma dives to his left-hand side, but can't prevent the ball from going into the back of the net. A really good strike, and Villarreal did half the deficit on aggregate and make it 2-1. So we were still leading, and as things stand, still going through. But if Villarreal scored again, then we'd be in trouble as they'd tie things up on aggregate, and just past the hour mark, they'd do exactly that. And what a goal it was too, from Acosta. An amazing strike from Villarreal's number 32. Watch this back on the replay. It's absolutely incredible. He takes it around Martin Derone, the skipper, goes for goal with the left foot, and you may sit there and think for Donnarumma to be beaten twice in the second half, 17 minutes after the restart, with 2 goals from outside the area, you might point the fingers at the Italian. Not for this goal. Look at that for a strike. Pick that one out, Gianluigi, right into the top corner. Unbelievable goal. And our Italian shot stopper had literally no chance of stopping that shot. It was an unbelievable goal, and Villarreal did get themselves back on level terms on aggregate as they led by 2. So as things stand, we were set for a capitulation. We were sitting so comfortable, so pretty after the first leg, but now trailing by 2 away in Spain, the team getting a bit tired as well. I was really fearing the worst if the game was going to go into extra time, as things looked like they would. We had a chance there to get ourselves back in the game, and I should say back in the tie, really, and make it 3-2 to us on aggregate, and that would surely put us through as well, as Villarreal needs to score another 2 goals. But it was a good save with the goalkeeper after Vieta took the shot. But with 3 minutes to go, they'll release Wilson down this right-hand side, who outpaced Costa, went through one-on-one with Asenjo, and wouldn't you just know it? I've grown tired of saying it, but I'm going to say it again. Oh, that's a lie. That's a lie. I just said I've grown tired of saying it. I haven't grown tired of saying it. I love saying it. He's done it once again. 3 minutes on the clock. We score ourselves the goal that does half the deficit on the night, but on aggregate puts us back in front of 3-2. And guess who got the goal to win us the game late on? How many times has he done this? Callum Clutch Wilson does it once again when it matters most. Saves me, really, because I was playing so poorly in this game. We were 2 goals down, and going into extra time, Villarreal had all the momentum and surely would go on to win the tie. But instead, Wilson makes sure that we half the deficit on the night and may lose the game, but do win the tie. So the battle may have been lost, but the war was won from the Borough, and we do go through to the quarterfinals of the Europa League. And again, that was such an important goal from Wilson, obviously, you stupid idiot docs. That was such a big goal because we were going into extra time. We were 2-0 down in the game, and all the pressure was from Villarreal. They were looking so good in this game. They were so much better than us. We needed someone to step up and win us the tie late on. And who does it? You know who does it. It always happens. Callum Clutch Wilson doing it again. Honestly, I don't understand what makes this guy so good in the clutch. I really don't know. I've had players before that step it up in big games and late game situations, but Callum Wilson is like just the ultimate. He does it all the time. It's absolutely bizarre. Every time I put him on the pitch in a late game situation, if I feed him the ball, I'm pretty sure he'll find the back of the net. So Wilson with a goal, it sends us through to the quarterfinals. Delighted with that. And again, we didn't do it in a good way. We were 2 goals up going into the second leg. We almost threw it away completely, and had we done that, that would have been a real capitulation, and my first in quite some time as well, a real meltdown. But instead, Callum Clutch Wilson bails me out once again. How many times have I said that? Still following the game, as you could see, look at our objectives there. Once again, the board reminding us we're not really succeeding in our financial objectives. I've said this before, for me, I don't really care too much about the objectives feature this season. Really, all I'm worried about is the on-the-pitch objectives. It's nice to meet the off-the-pitch objectives too, but for me, what's most important in management is results, and that's what we're getting right now, because as you can see, with 11 games to go in the Premier League, we are just 3 points behind Spurs, who are top of the table. And as we travel to Selhurst Park to take on Alan Pardew and his Crystal Palace side, a win in this game due to the goal difference factor will put us back on top of the table. So chance for a double celebration in today's episode, a chance to go back to top of the table in the Premier League with 10 games to go on the back of progressing to the Europa League quarter-finals. And we had the first chance of the game as well. Saido Berahino and Vieto starting up top together once again. A really good move there by the duo, but Berahino was denied by a good save by Steve Mandanda as it was still 0-0. We had looked the better side in the first half, but in the second half, just 2 minutes after the restart here, I surrendered possession with Menendez. Benteke got 2 bites of the cherry and went for goal in a second attempt, but Donnarumma made a very good save there and kept the score at 0-0. So still Palace 0, Borough 0, but in the first half, Palace did effectively nothing. In the second half, they upped their game and had a great chance here just past the hour mark to make it 1-0, and they would as well. Johan Cabaye sprinted down the right-hand side, and the French midfielder crossed the ball into the centre and picked out Wilfried Zaha, and the former Manchester United winger would head the ball past Donnarumma from just inside the 6-yard area and make it 1-0 to the host. So Palace take the lead, Zaha gets the goal. Really poor marking from me there, very poor in the middle, and Palace would make it 1-0. In the second half though, we'd done basically nothing whatsoever, and our only proper chance fell in stoppage time in the game as we still trail by 1. We won ourselves a corner and every single player came forward for it, including our goalkeeper Gianluigi Donnarumma, who won the header but put the ball just wide of the post after the final, basically the final touch of the game was that. Donnarumma winning the header in the area, not a real surprise at 6'5", but Palace had so many men on the line, it was such a scramble. Even if he got it on target, he probably wanted to score, but instead he headed it wide from Diego's cross, and the game finished Crystal Palace 1, Middlesbrough 0. And I gotta say, in the last episode, I asked you guys where you think we'll end up finishing come the end of the season. Loads and loads and loads of different opinions where you guys think we'll finish. Champions, runners-up, sneaking into the top 4, possibly missing out altogether. Or right now, we are not performing well whatsoever. That's another defeat for Middlesbrough. We're looking really, really shaky right now. And even in the games we win, like in the last episode against West Brom, we were bailed out for a stoppage time winner. Well, in this game, we couldn't get a stoppage time equaliser. Donnarumma with the final chance of the game, heading wide, and we lost the game by a goal to 0. We're slipping up. We're now 3 points off top spot where Spurs are. There's just 10 games to go. Can we stay in this title race, or will Spurs begin to pull away? But that will end today's episode of the FIFA 17 career mode, guys. So a big thank you for watching. I really hope you have enjoyed it. Don't forget 1,500 likes, and I'll upload another episode later on tonight after the football. But I hope you guys have enjoyed this one. Hopefully you guys noticed the difference in mic quality as well. I bought a new mic. I'm so happy. It cost so much money. I hope you guys enjoyed the quality difference anyway. But thanks for watching the episode though. Please, if you like, you did enjoy it, and I'll see you for the next episode of career mode, hopefully tonight.